Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. So, for today, we have 5 members, including myself. We will introduce ourselves one by one. Starting from the far left, we have
Veronica.
Hello, I'm Yong Han.
I'm Yong Xin.
I'm Cherise.
and I am Adam. And our topic for today is: should youths further their studies or to proceed with work after their SPM studies? So, I will now open the question to the floor. So what do you guys think about students? They have this conflicting mindset of, should I go further my studies so that I can then get a degree or a diploma and then go work after that? Or immediately proceed to work so that I can earn much faster because I'm not studying and I'm just straight away working. So what do you think?
I think it is a big problem in the youth of today. A lot of people, including myself, when before I enrolled to IECT college, I was debating, whether I should further my studies or should I just work or should I just wait? And I think eventually I settled on, I'll figure it out first, but I think I'm gravitating more towards the study path because even as I'm studying, I'm also building my path towards eventually what I want to do. So in that way, I'm also trying to learn and trying to figure out, what's my path. And studying is just like somewhat of a temporary thing that I'm going through right now, just so I can figure out what I want to do for my job. Yeah. I don't know. What about you guys?
That's interesting.
But I think the qualification for now, like the minimum qualification for now, is mostly like for corporate company is mostly like degrees, and they don't really accept on SPM. So I think that is also the one of the reason that most people choose to continue study degree.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. So, at least your choice would be that you would want to further your studies first, no?
For now, yes, I'm furthering my studies, and because like what Veronica said, having a degree is kind of useful depending, of course, on the career path that you're going for. For me, I think I want to work, in production or at least in a professional field where qualifications in the form of a degree is required. So for me, I think the safest bet for me is to study for now. So yeah.
I see.
What about you guys? Like, have you had any struggles in the past deciding between studying? I mean, obviously we're all in college right now, but maybe you have some second thoughts about working.
But for me, actually, my experience quite similar to Yong Han because I'm not that young already. Yeah, and then so when I saw my friends, it's like, graduate and then pursue to work, but I'm still like struggling, I want to decide to go to it's either want to continue my degree or I want to continue to like really go to society and start to work already. But because I saw like my friends like, it's like starting, getting to like adulthood, so it's like starting to earn money and like get to know like a lot of people, but I'm still like
Studying.
What am I gonna do?
And then no income.
The income thing is the big
It's
point.
a key point actually.
Because like nowadays everything is like talk about money, inflations. So the income is like really bothering me. So that time I got a mindset is like, okay, if I continue study, I'm gonna spend for like 3 years to study. But what if I spend that 3 years to work and earn some income, earn some money, then I can do way more than that just to study. But in another way, of course, like Veronica said before, like at least for now, like most of the corporate, the least requirement to get into a corporate to work is getting a degree. So and also another point that like makes me want really to settle down to like continue to my degree is that my family support me lah. So I just feel like I got a bigger support. My family support me. So why don't I just like go ahead? I don't bother anything. I just don't want to think so much. I just like go for it. Like just study. Then because everyone have their own timeline, so no need to specific like during this time I need to do this, during this time I need to pursue this, during that time I must be a successful person already. There's no necessary like this kind of mindset. So yeah, just go ahead.
Go with the flow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go with the flow.
Yeah.
You feel like want to do anything, just go for it.
It comes down to what you're expected to do. Like, if your parents are very expectant of you to have a job by this age, then maybe you need to work towards that goal. But if your parents are more less strict with you, maybe they let you decide, what you want to do with your own time, and they're supportive. If you want to study, then there's no harm in getting into studies if they're willing to pay for your tuition fees, if they're willing to support you throughout that journey. I think that's usually the path most of us take. I think we're all quite fortunate that our parents are supportive of us in studying.
And they do pay for
True.
it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they do pay for our
Yeah.
fees. So
And then
that's the
there's
thing.
also PTPTN for us, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's also another chance for us to study.
That's a personal decision. lah.
Decision, yeah.
I think you have to really discuss with your family whether you do want to take that route for you to pursue your studies. Because I do have some, not me personally, but I have heard stories from other people where they do take out that PTPTN loan, but it does come back to haunt them later on because it can be a
Definitely.
struggle to pay back if they are not prepared for it. Some people just simply blindly go for that PTPTN and instead then they are unable to cope with the circumstances of the much later future after their degree and when they are working. So, yeah.
But I also think that there is also one of the issues that most people thinking, like, we borrowed PTPTN, can we earn back the money?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the struggle that because of this.
Yeah, because many people they don't really realize that I need to pay back my PTPTN as soon as possible. I earn my money or I'm gonna pay back because by the time they realize it's because for example they wanna go for further study or maybe go overseas to travel or anything, then they only realize I haven't paid back my PTPTN. That's why the custom doesn't allow me to go abroad to study or travel like that, because this is the big issues happening right now. Many youth that once they graduate from college or any university, then when they pursue to work or anyhow, they don't have the mindset I want to pay back PTPTN. Yeah.
Because they feel like makan also tak cukup.
Yeah,
Why
they
to
have to
pay
work
back?
to provide for themselves first and
And then I
foremost.
don't know whether I can say this or not. If cannot, then kata. I heard someone say that 4,000. If you earn less than 4,000, you don't need
It's
give back pay back for the PTPTN. I don't know whether it's
Oh, really?
true or not.
If your income
I
is
don't,
low.
I don't think
That,
it's
but-
true because
Okay.
I think for now my brother his income is okay, ping, okay, like that. Yeah, but is also okay. It's less than 4,000, but right now he also pay back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
because most of the people also encourage you to pay back.
Yeah.
In case if you go for overseas, then they
Yeah.
straight block you there. Teruk.
Yeah, and also somewhat if you able to pay back at one shot, you get a discount actually. Yeah, so I think it's a good thing to remind the youth if you after you graduate already, please if you have the
Ability.
the ability
the
to pay
means.
back, just pay back the PTPTN. It's not only for yourself, the government, also for the next generation. Yeah, they will easier to get their PTPTN funds in the future. Yeah.
Oh, Yong Xin, have you taken the PTPTN?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so what do you think? Are you able to pay it back in the future?
I actually don't have the mindset of. I didn't think about paying back. I mean, I haven't started thinking about how do I pay back the funds.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just borrow it and proceed it with
Study
to my-
first,
yeah,
think
study
later.
first, think
Enjoy
later.
the moment. I want to
Yeah.
study
Enjoy the
first.
moment.
I think that is also one of the thing that we feel like degree we can have fun first because
Yeah.
we still have to work for another 80 years. So yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're really ambitious.
I can feel that already. I can feel that already.
True.
So,
I mean, after this,
Yeah.
realistically, we're probably gonna be working for the rest of our lives,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah,
why
It
not?
wouldn't be
Yeah.
that.
If we have the opportunity to study
Yeah.
now, just make
I
the
think we
best
are
of it.
also
No,
we are
80
also
years is-
grateful also that our parents support us.
Yeah.
Then so we have fun, think later.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
I do also think that if you were to take the study route, so immediately going to studying after your SPM, I think parents would have a little bit of a relief knowing that when you finish your degree, at least the burden on them or the responsibility to support their child is somewhat completed. You're out there, you are working, you provide for yourself so that you can get on with your life, you know, your family, you want to start a family and whatnot. So I think that
I think that is also one of the parents' mindset lah. Because
It is
feeling like
it is one
the
mindset.
child, if they can afford to send their child to degree, then that one is the best. Yeah, because higher, you go for like better education in another way to say it lah.
Yeah, there's something parents always want is to have their kids to have the best possible education so that, you know, number one, they could feel proud of their children, and also for the children to hopefully use that education to get a good job, a better job opportunity and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot of it is contingent upon the parents as well and what they expect of us. So I think it's our duty as their children to really make them proud lah, you know, in whatever we do. So
Yeah, and of course, like, if you really like get into like start to earn money, doing business, when you saw the money, the thing, you know, it's really hard for you to like continue to study, going
it's like
back
when
to study.
you started to doing part-time and you see that amount. If you can earn this amount in part-time, why not you go for full-time?
Yeah, that's
exactly.
why. That's why
You get caught with that trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why many students like right nowadays is like, oh, I can do part time like earn easy money. Then why am I gonna like waste my time to like go back to study
Assignments some more.
Yeah, it's
right?
like struggle. But right now I can just like, you know, get easy money doing events, so I can earn my pocket money. So why not? Why not? I just like continue like just working, doing part time. Then why am I wanna go back to like study? This is like nowadays many students' mindset about this. But this is also one of my struggle before, because I continuously like work and study in the meantime like for many years. So yeah, this is also like quite struggle for me. It's like, am I gonna really like go to study and then like waste that 3 years to like, you know, sit there, do assignment, having classes in the morning, you know.
9
Then-
a.m. classes.
Yeah, it's like really struggle, but like then why not I just like spend the 3 years to like, you know, have fun, can earn money, you know. So yeah, but different people have different perspective, I would say. Yeah, different experience, different environment. Yeah.
have you made up your mind then, Cherise, which one's better? Like, I'm definitely gonna work after this and study is gonna be put to the side, or are you like trying to still balance it out? Like,
Right now I'm still like balance lah, you know, try to get, you know, some part times, because I feel like that thing is kind of like become a gene inside me already. I cannot like just like sit back, relax, you know. I remember like have a mindset, okay, I want to work during my free time, you know, like at least like get me some income, you know, like pockets money, so I can just like do whatever I want, buy whatever I want. So well, I also like try to, you know, balance it out, like working and the studying, because sometimes I would like off track, you know, like, oh, I want to work. I got a lot of fun, can earn money, but you know, somehow I also need to like take care about my study, because that's the thing that I feel like, oh, my family like show so many support to me, to like encourage me to like go to study. Then I must not like disappoint them lah, you know. So yeah, I just like, for now it's like still okay lah, you know. I just like keep it balanced, everything. Yeah.
But I also think that there is also benefit for her lah. She got degree and she got experience because she's working part-time.
yes, it's something not a lot of college students have.
something
They
not-
have the studies, but not much of the experience, right? So,
So any of you guys are doing part-time now?
for me, I have no experience
I have
in work.
zero experience.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm
Oh.
just pure study.
Same. Oh.
So I'm the one that.
Yeah,
She's the expert here.
the
Yeah.
only one who has working
here.
experience here.
Okay.
So,
But it also depends what kind of work you
Yeah.
consider as work.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
for someone like Yong Xin, obviously very good videographer, photographer,
Yeah.
and that counts as his work because he is building his set of skills
Experience.
that can help
Yeah.
him land a job in the future, right?
Actually, before getting in university or college, I actually don't have a direction. I thought that after high school, I should just go university, because I don't have a direction, and that time, I don't even have a mind of what should I study, what subject, what course, but now, after getting in college, I started getting involved into like production stuff,
videography.
and now I have the mind that actually
This is your thing.
This is-
Yes.
actually
Let's
I don't
go.
have to study
You don't have to
anymore,
study.
because if you want to enter a production team or starting off a business like
Yeah.
photography, videography, making
You need
short film,
experience.
you don't need any
Yeah.
any
Qualifications.
Yeah.
So sad.
You actually don't need anything. You just need experience and a team. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You are here to find a team for you.
but
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah, the reason
That's the
why I'm
thing.
here because I have to build networking with. I have to know a lot of people in order to like,
Form up a team.
and also my. You guys might be my customers.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The networking thing.
Yeah.
College is a very good
Yeah,
networking
social.
place. Yeah.
Social.
That's why I'm actually here, and also for a backup plan if I actually messed up my production or whatever, I still have a certificate.
Yeah.
I can go work lah if I failed my business.
Nah,
or-
you won't mess up.
Yeah.
You're
You
like
got you,
mantap,
you got you.
you know.
But yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah.
plan because you're studying and it's like coinciding with what you want to do. You know, you're studying, you know, it also serves as a backup, but you're also networking, you're finding people, you know, who can be potential future group members, your colleagues, but also your customers. And you're also studying at the same time to you know, refine your skills in that way. So for Yong Xin, it's very apt because this college obviously focuses a lot on this side of work. But I know for maybe some like Cherise, like cause your area of work is quite different from what we're studying now. So how do you like balance those two together? Like mass communication and working in F&B, right?
Actually, I work quite many fields. I involved in F&B, event management,
Events.
event planner, and so actually, my personal field, I feel like I'm more towards like the event planner side. Yeah, because I enjoy the process. Like when you do all the plannings, you know, you go find some outsourced productions, and then you can see like, oh, I'm building these events like from nothing to something, you know. It's like, wow, it's a very happening thing. So I feel like that is my thing. But for the F&B wise, I'm a barista, but that thing I would consider as a extra skill, you know, like just for fun, for a hobby, you know, to learn the extra skill, like to get involved into like barista and coffee, because I personally also like coffee. Okay, who doesn't love coffee? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think coffee is a very interesting field to get involved to. So yeah, so I take that the F&B, the barista thing, as a side interest. But the main thing I wanted to get involved is like the mass comm, you know, the event productions, yeah, something like that. So that's why I wanted to like, you know, get further study in this field, like which is the mass comm. Yeah.
I have to highlight though that coming from Yong Xin's point just now, he did mention that he was here because he was directionless before, but now that he's in college, he seems to have there was something that clicked in his mind that said that why should he be here when you don't need the qualifications to be like a filmmaker or a videographer, right? Instead, he's here to network and to meet new people and to maybe find potential clients next time. In that case, like coming from someone, my personal experience on that is that before coming to ICT or even before pursuing tertiary study after SPM, right? I did finish off my foundation, but straight after the foundation, we do have to consider that the pandemic did hit. And that kind of have a tipping point for me because I did not have a clear-cut route as to how I wanted to finish off my studying. I knew I wanted to finish it, but I did not know how. The reason behind that was that I had this mindset similar to Yong Xin, where if I could have, because I'm also interested in camera equipment, and I'm also a enthusiast photographer myself, and I thought, what if I could make that a job, like a potential real career out of it? Would I really have to go to university or college just to get a paper qualification in order to work on a team like that, right? And I thought, why is that not possible? But I did a lot more digging, a lot more research, and found that Veronica did mention that now at least the least qualification is that for you to get a degree, right? Because not many companies would recognize you, even to a certain extent, not even recognize a diploma now. They want a degree itself, and that was very alarming to me. So my decision was not clear cut in the sense that I could not tell myself I could disregard university because the world is how it is. It's somehow telling us that we have to get a degree and you have to go work. Obviously after you get your degree, right? So in a sense, I was kind of disheartened by that because that is reality. But at the same time, now that I'm here and I do meet a lot more people, I guess it is a lot more eye-opening in a sense that, you get to network with people, you get to also learn a bunch of new topics and interesting conversations like right now. So I do think that studying has its merits, but at the same time, it is also very dependent on maybe the timing and also depending on what you yourself want to study in a sense, the career and the topic itself.
Yeah, for people like Adam and Yong Xin, who I think you guys don't really have a clear picture in the past of what you're going to do, I think college or uni was the thing that really catalyzed your decision making afterwards. Maybe prior to that, you weren't sure on what you're going to work as, but as you get into college, as you get into uni, you learn that, studies is good, but I know now what I want to do because I'm here, I've met people, I've learned things, and it really solidified my future for me. And so I think for a lot of youth today, even though they might not know what career path they want to go in, studying and choosing at least a course that they are mildly interested in could help them really solidify their plans for the future. That's the price they have to pay for not knowing what they want, is they just have to jump in to uni, to college, and at that point they would either turn back and say, oh, this is not what I want, I don't want to study. Then at that point, at least they know that working is the solution for them. Right? But if they want to further their studies, they're already in university, they know then I've made
I guess what
the
you're
right
trying
decision.
to say is that youths nowadays, they would, if they are unsure what they want to study, at least choose the path where they are not that disheartened or not that they are mildly interested, like you mentioned, and finish it off so that they can go into the working force much faster, right? Clear off this hurdle of the study so that they can go to work instead, right? Instead, it's not disregarding study, they're not completely ignoring it, but they have to pass it, this stage of their life, so that they can move on to the next.
I guess more in general, they have to make a decision at least, that they know what the next step forward is. Right? So that if either you've made the wrong decision or you've made the right one, at least either way what the next path forward is. So
In other sense, also saying university can be also the one that help you realize what are you really interested in.
Exactly.
Because I have also heard from many of my elders that who are in the working force now that they are not doing what they studied in university. They may have, for example, they may have studied law back in uni, but they're not doing law right now. They're really working completely different. So it really tells us that we cannot perceive what the future will hold, but instead we can control what we have now. And now that we are studying right now, at least we'll find the interest first so that we can actually pivot it to when we are working next time.
And I think for us in this college, I think we learn a lot of useful skills, and it doesn't have to depend on what career path we're choosing. Like learning about communication in itself is a very useful thing because it helps in your jobs in the future, whatever that might be. Communication is very crucial to how you talk to people, how you build relationships, how you network. So I think choosing a path that gives you the general skills you need, that is adaptable, that is usable for your future, is a good choice lah.
So far, I think that from what we have collectively said, that the studying route seems to be very appropriate, or it is the better choice for youth nowadays, like at least in 2022. But how about we take it on a different approach? How about we think about the job scope now? If, let's say, if one of us were to pursue work right now, would that really be a bad choice? I personally think it wouldn't really be a bad choice because I think a lot more other students are still indecisive for some of their choices of what to study at least, or if they don't have a direction to study, that maybe they can take some time off to clear their mind by working, right? And only Charisse here has experience with working, but what are your thoughts about that instead? So we're on year 2 right now of our degree. Is there any regrets, or how have you perceived this journey in our mass comm degree to be like? Have what you studied or learned, you think it will be useful in the near future, or do you think that whatever skills you have learned by yourself instead is useful? How do you balance that? Like Yong Xin, you said that you do a lot of camera work, right? You like to film a lot of things, right? Do you think your studies and your camera skills go hand in hand, or is it contradicting each other?
I think college is also it's also one of the things that allows, like for IACT we can loan camera if we don't have, right? It's also another way for us to like explore all this equipment, because if we go out like we don't know nothing, then I don't think any production team want us lah, because we don't even know how to use the camera.
With that.
Yeah,
That's true.
But definitely Yong Xin got the experience because as he mentioned earlier, that actually his interest is in the production side, the filming side. So what is the actual experience you get involved to during the past?
What have you done in the past?
Actually, I got interested into this kind of stuff, which is production, more of a filming stuff, not photography. Actually, I am how do I say? I was surrounded by friends who are
Were they like-minded people? Like have the same interests as you? Is it?
yeah, they are involved in, not involved, they has a hobby of filming, taking photos a bit, but mostly filming.
Mostly filming. Okay.
One of my friends started out to have an idea that I wanted to shoot a music video. Then we all are like, come on, let's go. Why not? Yeah, let's have fun and try something new. Then we actually we made 1 or 2 music videos. Then one day there was a job. My of course not me. My friend found a job. Found a job for us to shoot 2 music videos for 2,000 or more ringgit lah. But we have to separate among all of us. Yeah.
Understandable.
So besides learning, sometimes if we are lucky we can actually earn a bit. Earn a bit of money, networking also. If we done good, then the customer find us back lah. For
I think the one that we know his skills one is the, I don't know whether we are in the same class or not, the video production
Yeah.
one. The
Yeah.
Maggie.
The 15 seconds.
Three of us
one.
lah.
Maggie, please
Adam.
find him.
that one is actually helped my idea, but helped by my friends.
Oh, yeah.
But it's very simple, just a light thing.
Okay.
Then no, we actually use a phone to shoot it. Uses my phone. That time I haven't got a camera yet.
Wow. So this is relatively new lah.
Yeah.
still.
Quite new. This year I got it.
Oh.
February.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But-
So how you learn the skills?
You learn all by yourself, right?
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, I learned
Oh.
on set with my friends. They taught me, and
You guys just
I-
sharing.
yeah. But then
Yeah.
I got more interested
Mm-mm.
into it, and I started looking out for online courses,
I see.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have to find the correct one. Not
Yeah.
not just
Yeah,
You
okay.
have to.
yeah. You have to
Just
find
random tutorials.
Yeah, yeah,
Find the
yeah.
right people.
You have to find the right people to learn
Mhm.
the real like the correct one.
techniques,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, with all this like interest piling up, right, and you getting a new camera, right? Would you call this, would you call it passion for your filmmaking?
For me, no.
No?
I got this camera because I wanted to take it seriously.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like the
I-
start.
So you can visit further.
Yeah.
You know.
For me, I got this camera because I thought that I can sell stock footage.
Oh.
Stock footage of whatever, a sea,
Yeah.
a mountain, or what. But it's not that easy because everyone is selling stock footages.
Yes.
Like what Adam said lah.
Mm-mm.
So, do you think you can make this into a career next time?
Yeah, I think so because after my study, I have a plan. Either I go to China because China has a lot of
Big
Um,
productions.
production teams that are very good and a lot of opportunities, and I think it's good if I go there, but just for a few years, and then I'll come back after I learn all the stuffs.
Get experience
Yeah.
from there
Definitely.
first, then come back apply.
Yeah, this is what I thought before also because China is a big country. So definitely their market, their audience is like a very big crowd.
Yeah.
So you definitely can learn a lot of things from there. And of course the culture is different. So yeah, how they work on the production sides, how they are planning on their marketings or everything. So it's definitely a good opportunity for us to like, you know, if we're able to get the chance to like go to China or even some other country to take some experience, you know, and then learn from them. So bring it back to Malaysia. So we're able to like, you know, explore and share it to the Malaysian audience.
Yes.
Yeah, about the
Locally.
different culture, the different experience. Yeah, I think it's
That's
a
a
good thing.
that's a thing with studying as well because it gives you the opportunity to study abroad.
Yeah.
Right, and that's not something that you can get easily through just working. Maybe for Yong Xin, he might have the necessary skill set that allows him to be hired. But for most students or people of our age, they do take the opportunity to study as a chance to go abroad because then they can experience a new lifestyle in a new country, in a new place, and explore a little bit more about what they really want to do in life.
So for you, like, Yong Xin, I mean, asking
Yeah.
you directly lah. Okay, sorry. Just one more question. Like, do you think, after acquiring all these skills, or you're still acquiring these skills for
Yeah.
filmmaking, right? Would you say to yourself, at least your future self, tell your past self that maybe getting a job in the beginning, if you do make it and as a filmmaker or production line, that your degree was just a waste of time, or was it not useful at all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
useful.
always times when
Oh.
you feel like you're sitting down there, you say, I shouldn't study lah. Why you torture yourself? Go work better lah.
Maybe-
But when you work, you also feel like, why I torture myself? I should go study.
Maybe Yong Xin's thinking like, oh, maybe some of the classes I'm taking now isn't necessarily
Isn't what
photography
it's
or
related
video
to,
camera
yeah.
related.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
in that sense, you might feel like it's kind of wasted. Would you agree?
I wouldn't say it's wasted, but
It could have
maybe
been maybe better utilized, is it? Or
like some of the subjects are
yeah, they're not
actually
Not that really.
not that
not
really-
that,
Yeah,
not
we
that
know, we
useful.
know.
lah.
Yeah,
useful,
okay.
like, yeah, it's like there are some which will benefit us and then some which doesn't. But we have to take the entire package because that is the
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
deal.
That's the deal, right? That's the money that we pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I actually wanted to go for diploma on this college, but a diploma is a diploma. I need a degree.
You need a
Exactly.
I need a degree.
Research.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Degree.
yeah.
Because on ISCT they have a specific
Filmmaking.
course for filmmaking.
Then they started only like this year. So even though if we want to transfer, we have to retake the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I definitely struggle with this also. Like I said previously, I was directionless, and hence I wanted to take the path that Cherise took, which is maybe to go work, make some money, and see how it would turn out. Because I don't know, maybe it does involve a bit of luck, but if you do have that skill and luck, maybe you might even make it without a degree. But that's only a small percentage, a small portion, right? We don't know. We can't perceive the future. I really thought that if I got really serious, and actually I still don't know because I'm still learning. But if you get really serious about it and if you're passionate about it and your work is out there, it's good, it's solid, it provides, you can make a living out of it even without a degree. But I think given the circumstances that we are in right now and companies wanting the least qualification to be a degree, and it is tougher now to get a job even having a degree because you do need other skills like soft skills. So it's just really difficult right now, and the market is very saturated with a lot of people. It's harder to get a job now. So the job the job route wise, I do think that it is a lot more challenging and it does require a bit more luck.
Yes.
So as I was saying, it does require a bit of luck, right? For people who don't take the degree route, the study route, for them to at least land a job or be employed because they don't have any tertiary qualification, they don't have the degree paper, right? So this maybe falls back to, let's say, certain people having their own family businesses, because when you have a family business, or at least it runs in the family already, right? It doesn't have that luck factor anymore because it's somewhat passed down to you, and you take up the responsibility and you immediately go join the working force. You don't have to get a degree anymore, right? But that's kind of a caveat here, is that it's a small percentage. It doesn't apply to everyone. Not everyone has this kind of circumstance and luck.
Low battery.
Yep,
Yeah.
very nice.
Never mind.
Just let it be.
Continue on.
Yeah. So, family businesses can be an opportunity for them, but at the same time, it's really up to them if they want to take up the opportunity or not, right? Like sometimes parents would force them to continue the family business, but it's not what they want to do.
Yeah.
Instead, they want to pursue studying,
Yeah.
right? They want to have a different career mindset instead, different job, and get on with life. So, but I don't know. What do you think about like people who have the opportunity to study, but instead they are presented or they are forced upon carrying on like a family business instead? In a sense, indirectly, they're already joining the working force.
Maybe they are like from young, they already started working with their parents and then stuff like that. They already know like how to run the business. So like parents like thinking, you already know everything. Why you need to pay so much money to study if you already know everything?
Well, maybe the thing is that you can get into studies at whatever age you want. So maybe for them, if they really want to study, they could at least work up to the point where they can provide for their own education, and that could allow them to get into furthering their studies.
I guess this comes down to, not comes down, I guess this is already entering the territory of circumstances. If students have to fund themselves, because not everyone is fortunate enough to have parents who already saved up for their education, put it aside for them, and let them continue on with education. But some people, they really have to join the workforce because they have no choice. They have to work first so that they can provide and support their own education, so that they can continue the cycle after that. Yeah. So I don't think anyone is truly prepared, or at least they truly understand what the future holds for them. Like they don't know if that is the end goal. Instead, they are focused on what is around them right now, which is like the path to studying, and they will take it right now and see how life goes on with it.
Yep.
Because even for adults right now, they are also struggling with like employment. Right? Some of them, despite being very much older than us, that they are unemployed. And for us to be presented with the opportunity to have a degree and to be employed, that's already a merit, a plus point.
It's a very privileged position, definitely. So I think we should make the most of what we have now as students, and try to use our degrees to land a job, and at the same time focus on building our skills, because there's ways outside of studies where we can learn, where we can build our skills, like practically, like Yong Xin, maybe you can practice photography, videography outside of school. Right? School isn't necessarily the only source,
avenue.
the avenue for learning. So we have to balance those two. We have to work on our passions, and we have to work on studies. Maybe sometimes those two are related, but we can always focus on what we want to do, in terms of our passion, and also work on building our knowledge where we can in school. So, yeah.
I just want to ask you personally, to be honest, would you recommend youths to take a similar path like yours, maybe study and work at the same time? The study, of course, to pursue and get a degree, but the working maybe to have some small income so that they can pay for their food or their allowance, or
I mean, definitely I would recommend, because but let's see, definitely I would recommend, because this is what I enjoy, and I hope that someone out there enjoy this kind of lifestyle as well, because aside from like learning and also get to know people, but no, what am I saying? No, I mean, like, I definitely agree with that. I'll recommend that, because aside from like getting money, you earn money, and also like you're getting knowledge from like you studying in a college, you can get a lot of connections, getting to know a lot of people. This will really build like a great path for the future. So but it depends lah, because this really require let's say,
You'll be so stressed out.
you'll be really stressed out.
Some people cannot balance out.
you need to balance out
willpower.
you need to balance out all your time schedule. Like, okay, during this time, if I take this job, am I able to like fulfill that job scope, and at the same time I'm gonna complete my study. Like, let's say I got a final project, like final assignments, like, would it be really hardcore for me? Am I able to like complete all this stuff, all this job scope in a time, So I would recommend that, but
At the same
But
time,
at the
also,
same time,
you need to
properly evaluate whether you can handle it.
you need to have a really, really good time management about that.
About that.
Yeah.
Because if not, you are dooming yourself lah. You are really.
you will mess up one
You will
one
mess
of
up.
it,
Yeah.
or maybe both.
Maybe
maybe
one of
both
both.
too.
One of
Yeah.
both. Yeah. Worst case scenario, both. You just both gone. Yeah. So I think in all of our conversation here, that for the most part we all agree that the study route is it's viable. It's more appropriate for youth nowadays, because employment would require a degree. You learn some skills, you learn to network, you learn some soft skills, you learn different kinds of topics in school also, and that will all translate over to working. You know, you're able to go out there, be a lot more aware, a lot more prepared, and in a sense then you can also land yourself a decent job, a decent wage as well, right? So that in a sense you can say that education also leads to lower unemployment.
That's actually what studies have found, that better education in certain countries actually leads to lower rates of unemployment. So more people get jobs if they are studied, generally speaking. So
I see. So for at least for the working aspect, the working route, if a person really cannot, if their parents really cannot support their child into furthering their studies, then I guess it leaves them no choice. They really have to go into the workforce immediately, and if they're really unable to study, then they just have to really push on their work and hope they climb the ladder from there. But for the youths who are capable, who are provided for, right? We are telling you that, we're saying here collectively that the study route is a lot more appropriate, it's a lot more viable.
Yep.
Okay, then I guess with that we can actually conclude our podcast for today. And thank you very much for listening. We are once again
Veronica.
Yong Han.
Yong Xin.
Cherise.
and I'm Adam, and we would very much like to thank you for your attention today. So thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Cut. Okay.
Yay!